Good evening, lifers. Good evening, community. I am Ruth, your peace coach, and welcome to 15 to Life, where we learn, grow, and serve for a peaceful life. In these next 15 minutes, I not only prepare you for your upcoming week, but for the rest of your life. All right, ladies, you all know what to do. If you have not already, make sure you like the page, follow the page, hit that notification button so that anytime I come on, you are notified. Make sure you share the stream. I saw where some of you have already shared the stream. Thank you so much for sharing the stream. I really appreciate it. I told you all earlier this year that I have a goal for growing our community, and I need your help to do that. To help me spread the word of the good thing that we have going on here. If this is your first time, please put your name in the comment section so that we will know that it's your first time here and that we can welcome you to our community. You will see that we call ourselves lifers because we are doing life together. All right, ladies, are you all ready? Thank you all for sharing. Tiara, thank you. Evangelist Pryor for sharing. Yes, Harriet, thank you for sharing the stream. I really appreciate it. Donna, Bella, I see that. Thank you guys for sharing the stream. Y'all don't understand. That really helps me because here's the thing. You ladies know people that I don't know. And if you didn't share the stream, there's no way I would be able to reach them because they don't know me. And so they would probably have no reason to watch 15 to Life. But when you share that and when you say, hey, watch this great thing for 15 minutes, then they're going to tap in and then they know people that maybe you don't even know. So it just spreads out from there and from there and from there. So thank you for always sharing that. All right, ladies, tonight we are going to continue this is our last, Sunday for our theme 2022, the who, what, when, where, and why. And our scripture that we had for that was Matthew 7:7, ask and keep on asking, and it will be given to you. Seek and keep on seeking, and you will find. Knock and keep on knocking, and the door will be open to you. And ladies, you all know it's not very often that you just do something one time and it just works. So often you got to do it over and over. You got to do it over and over again. You got to keep on knocking. You got to keep on hitting. You got to keep on making those phone calls. You got to keep on emailing that person. You got to keep on texting that person, to get that answer that you need. And so you got to keep on. You can't just say, well, I did it one time and that was enough. No, you got to keep on doing it. So that's the who, what, when, where. And let me get to the first week. We talked about the who. Who are you making your plans for? All right. And hopefully you've answered that question. The second week, we talked about what are you going to do? What is it that you're wanting to do? What is it? Are you wanting to go back to school? What is it that you're wanting to do? Okay. The week 3 was the when. When are you going to do it? Because you can have all of these things in your head of the what you want to do. You might say, I want to climb Mount Everest. Okay. If that's your goal, then when are you going to do it? And so then you have to kind of work your way back from there. When are you going to do it? And then last week was the where. Where are you going to get your help from? Because that's very important. What's a good source for you? Like I talked about last week, when I was starting my business, a great source was a lady that worked for the Indiana Small Business Association. And she was a wonderful source of help from me. And so you got to decide, or for me, sorry. So you got to decide that person, are they a good source for you? Or are they a bad source? Are they wanting to kind of tear you down? So I want to know, ladies, and I'm going to get to my screen here. Have you all done your homework? I need to know because it's so important because you can say, the who, what, when, where, but if you didn't really plan it out, if you're not making active moves toward all that, I need to know, are you doing your homework? Are there some new people on here? All right, ladies, I see you all on here. Hello. All right. So tonight we're going to move into our last one. We're going to move into the why. And it's, why are you doing this? Why are you doing what you want to do? And this is really probably one of the most important questions that you may have, is the why. And here's a quote that I found. It says, but we have to understand why we do what we do, not just do what we do. Vision without action is a daydream. Action without a vision is a nightmare. So you have to decide, you have to figure out why it is that you want to do what you do. Though your why is actually the linchpin to everything that you do. Your why is going to get you through on those tough days when you're saying, my goal is this, and, everything is gone to the hell in a handbasket. Your why is going to get you there. As we talked about with Toni Morrison, her why was that she knew that she had to, her what was that she had to write and take care of her sons. Her why is she didn't want to die. She didn't want to be taken off of this earth. So what is your why? What is your why? Okay. Let me get to my next. And so there's just 2 points that I want to give you tonight in regards to your why. And here's the first one is, are you trying to prove something to someone? Even if it's you, are you trying to prove something to someone? Now, if you're trying to prove something to, let me see what I've got here. If you're trying to prove something to a person, maybe they've hurt your feelings, and maybe they told you that you were never going to be anything. You weren't ever going to be anything. And so maybe you're trying to prove them wrong. That's never going to be sustained. And I have a quote for you here, and it says, trying to prove something to someone is never a valid reason for doing anything. If you're trying to prove something to someone, again, maybe there was somebody who hurt your feelings. Maybe you're trying to prove to them, maybe they talked about your weight or something. And so you're trying to prove to them that you can get that weight off. But if that's your why, that's not going to be sustained when maybe you're in the gym all the time. Maybe you're watching what you eat. But the weight just isn't coming off the way that you thought it would. And maybe you just had that big old piece of cake, doing it, your why, doing it for someone else is just not going to be sustained. Okay. And so then the next one, you have to think about, is, oops, I'm looking at my notes here. It's not moving up. All right. My notes are messed up, so I'm just going to go off the top of my head. All right. But trying to prove something to someone, even if you're trying to prove it to yourself, if you're saying to yourself, if you're coming from a place of low self-esteem and you're saying, I got to do this because, I'm less than them, or I got to prove that I should be at the table or whatever, that's not going to work either. If you're coming from a place of low self-esteem on yourself. Now, if you're coming from a place of strength for your why, then that's different. For instance, when I run, I'm not trying to compete against anybody else, because there's thousands of people that are faster than me. Okay. I'm doing it because I just want to be able to say I finished it. When I said that I was interested in competing in the Mrs. Indiana, it wasn't to try to win, because I know I wouldn't win. But it's just to be able to say that, yes, that I can do that. So if you're coming from a place of strength on your why, then that is very different. All right. I love you guys so much. You're like all that. Thank you for what you're writing in your comments. I see that. Thank you, Coco. Thank you, Sandra. I love you guys so much. But you have to think about when your why. Why are you doing this? Are you trying to prove it to somebody else? Or are you trying to prove it to yourself? Okay, that's the thing. Now, the last point is this. What is your end goal? What is the end goal for your why? So ultimately, this is what you have to say to yourself. Ultimately, why is it that you're trying to achieve this? Why is it that you want to do this? Why are you making that goal that you want to climb Mount Everest? Why are you making that goal that you want to get that doctorate? Why are you making that goal that you want to get a new job? Why are you making that goal just that you want to be a better mother, maybe a better daughter, a better sister? Why is it that you're making that goal? Because when you're deciding on all those other things, if you don't have the right why, it is not going to be successful. Okay. Now, I finished a little bit earlier because there's something that I just want to talk to you about. I don't know, many of you may have seen in the news, I think it happened last week, maybe, where the 2019 Miss USA, her name was Cheslie Kryst, and she committed suicide. Beautiful young woman. She was a lawyer. She was 31 years old. Let me get to where I can see you guys. She was 31 years old. She jumped out of her high rise in New York City. And, what I kept seeing on the news was where people were saying, check on your friends, check on your friends. And that's absolutely true. But a lot of times, if a person is really going through, they may or may not say anything to you. You may call them and you may check on them. But they may not. They may be like, I'm fine. Oh, I'm good. Her mom came out with a statement and said that she was a high functioning in depression. And so a lot of times, even they may say that they're okay, but you just, but they're not okay. So I just want to encourage someone out there that if you're struggling, to get help. And I know in Christendom, a lot of, they say, you shouldn't get a counselor and, you shouldn't get medicine because, God's a healer. Yeah, but we know that God works through the doctors and he works through counselors who are trained. And so if you're struggling, yes, you're a Christian, but that doesn't mean you don't struggle with depression. I'm a Christian, but I got cancer. Okay. And I went to the doctor and I had surgery. Okay. And I took the medicine that they told me to take. So if you're struggling, go to the doctor, get some help. If they want to put you on medicine, take the medicine. It doesn't make you less than a Christian. It doesn't mean that you don't believe that God's a healer. Okay. Go to a counselor, talk to someone that you trust, get a counselor. Okay. Because I don't want to hear about anyone. It would just totally break my heart. And I want you to get the help and be free to be able to get the help that you need and to know that you don't have to suffer in silence, that you don't have to suffer by yourself, that there are things out there that can help you. Yes, Audrey, absolutely. Yeah, we can all suffer, from some sort of mental illness. And so all of us at some point in our lives have needed to talk with someone who have felt like, this is just too much. I just can't do it. I can't take it. I can't make it another day. I bet you at some point, everybody on here has been at that point in their life. And so I just want to encourage you that if you're struggling, to get the help that you need, go to a doctor, take the medicine that they give you. Okay. It doesn't mean that you're not a Christian. Doesn't mean that you don't believe that God's a healer. Okay. All right. I love you all so much. And always know that I believe in you. I believe in your dreams and I believe in your action. So again, if you're struggling, act out and get some help, okay, that you need. All right. Next Sunday, ladies, I am starting a new topic for February, and it is entitled Loving You. And how do you love you? Okay. We're going to talk about that on the next 3 weeks in February. So I love you all so much. Yes, Crystal, you are awesome as well. Love you all. Yes, Erica, love you as well. Thank you, Jacqueline, Cheryl. You guys are awesome. I really appreciate you, all of you all getting on here every Sunday night, just for the 15 minutes. You don't know what you're doing for you. Just this 15 minutes might be saving somebody's life. And so I thank you for getting on here. All right. My time is up. I love you. You all have a wonderful, peaceful week. And I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.